Heads up, the run today was pretty rushed, and I couldn't do the dailies because I recorded it at the 11th hour. My bad. Medical assistant school today went well. I was able to do the blood pressures good. A problem arose when I made a joke about the Colorado accent that was maybe in poor taste, and I think someone got mad. I hope that she wasn't mad. If you're listening, I'm sorry if the joke about it being a result of poor oxygen flow to the brain. That was probably in bad taste, I'm sorry about that. Next video for tomorrow's run will also probably be on Saturday. My apologies for the backlog again. But at least I get to talk about why I'm doing this. Spelunky came out in its classic form in the late aughts. It was a game maker title, and it was absolute gold. This is from a time where computer games could be freeware, and I mean actual freeware, not just whatever the hell free-to-play means, and not a fan game, and things change over time, but it's not important. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about later, Spelunky had a commercial entry for the Xbox 360 later on. It was called Spelunky, or Spelunky HD, or Spelunky Exploit, Xbox Live Arcade. I just like pronouncing the acronym like that. And in some crude circles of perverts, it's even known as Spelunky 1. To me, I've always considered it just Spelunky. And it's good as hell. Years pass, Mossmouth swells turgid with the dreams of its devotees, and Spelunky 2 launches, and it's also really good. Even gets a native online multiplayer. It's great. It's got a UFO 50 guy in it, 10 years before UFO 50. More years go by, and an oddity forms on itch.io. It's a recent release, and it's a remake of Spelunky Classic for the Commodore 64. And it's a technical marvel. I think it's one of the best Commodore 64 titles I've ever played. And I've played like 2 of them. The other one was Elite. I don't like the Commodore 64 port of Elite. It's just not my thing. Like, no hell disrespect, I appreciate the artistry. It's just, that's how the cookie crumbles, man. I'm just not a big Commodore Elite fan. So there's 4 Spelunkys. 3 if you want to count Classic and Commodore 64 as the same game, which is a terrible comparison. There's a starker difference than Pac-Man Arcade and Pac-Man for the dang Atari 2600, or your favorite entry in the Doom series with your least favorite entry in the Doom series. But no, yeah, there's 4 Spelunkys, and they're pretty important to me because Spelunky, like the first 2, Classic and X-Block, they were the first games that I remember having that I've had fancy opinions about. And I remember this podcast I listened to back in high school. I haven't heard it in years, but they were talking on this episode of Waypoint Radio about a guy that they knew, and I forgot if it was from Online Presence or someone they knew personally, but they played Spelunky and they did the daily challenge runs every day for like 2 years. And I thought, man, what a commitment. And I still do. So I figured I'd do something derivative.
I've got the best people in my life that love to play Hearts of Iron 4. They don't make a single civilian factory. They don't make a military factory either, people. They make Nubby's Number Factory. My best friend, Gobloni. He's my best friend. He's one of the best people I've ever had in my entire life.